Hello everyone, thank you for joining. Today you're going to need 2 blocks and a blanket. If you don't have a blanket, you can use a towel. If you don't have blocks, you can use thick books. We will be using blocks underneath our hands, but that is optional. So if you don't have any blocks, it will be okay if you don't. And yeah, quickly, the overhead area is usually out of sight. You'll see my head, but if I put my hands overhead, you may not see them. I'll try my best. It's important to tell you what my hands are doing. And last thing, I offer playlists on my website, and please feel free to use any of them. They all cater to my classes and the structure of the class. And if you'd like to practice with music, they are really fun. So feel free to use them. And yeah, that's it. We'll get started. So set your block, or both blocks, off to the side. You're going to take your blanket or towel and unfold it so that you have a thin cushion. So I'm just unfolding it so there's just one fold in the blanket. And then you're going to lay it in the center of the mat, maybe a little bit farther back than center, but maybe an inch. And we're going to start by laying on our right side. And you're going to extend your legs out towards the front of the mat. So your head is towards the back of your mat. Reach your right arm out towards the back of your space, and you'll rest your right cheek onto your right bicep. All right, so you're on your right side. Flex the feet towards your face, and we're going to stay here, and I want you to see what it takes to stay balanced on the right side. Right, so lengthen your tailbone towards your heels, hug the navel in. You can maybe lift the left arm up and then extend it towards the front of your space, and then squeeze the inner thighs. You can flex the feet and take about 3 more rounds of breath here. You may want to roll back, but again, see if you can wrap the left hip forward, so keep those hips stacked. And then breathe your right side waist into the blanket. Take 1 more round of breath. I'm going to lower my left hand in front of me, plant it down. Right, on the inhale, you're going to lift your left leg up, externally rotate the left thigh in the femur bone so the toes face up. Keep the left hip wrapped forward. And then on the exhale, you're going to slowly bend the left knee and bring the left heel to the inner right thigh. Tap. Inhale, press through the left heel, straighten the left leg. Keep that external rotation. Then exhale, you're going to slowly internally rotate the left thigh until your feet parallel and lower the left leg down. Okay, 3 more times like that. Inhale as you externally rotate the thigh, lift a little bit higher. Exhale, bend the left knee, tap the left heel towards the right inner thigh. Inhale, straighten the left leg, press through the left heel. And exhale, lower, internally rotate the leg. 2 more times on your own. As you move through this, notice if your left hip wants to hike back. Try to, again, keep the left hip wrapping forward as you rotate the thigh, and maintain that through the entire motion. One more time. All right, when you're finished, bend your knees, press into your left palm, and you're going to roll yourself into a Navasana boat pose. So roll onto both hips, inner thighs together. I'm going to take my hands underneath my knees and then press your hands back, lift your chest up, parallel the shins to the floor. Take 3 rounds of breath, maybe reach your arms forward. You take one more inhale. On the exhale, you're going to come onto your left side. So slowly lower the legs down. Again, you'll extend the legs towards the front of your space, head towards the back of the room. I'm just switching sides, so I'm facing you. And then you're on your left side. Same thing. What does it take to stay balanced on the left? So you might want to roll back, roll forward, but see if you can stay neutral. Squeeze the inner thighs, flex the feet, lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. Maybe lift your right arm up and towards the front of your space. And breathe. 3 rounds of breath. And breathe your left waist into the blanket. And I'm going to lower my right hand down. On the inhale, you're going to lift your right leg up. Find an external rotation of the right thigh. Lift a little bit higher. And then exhale, bend the right knee and tap the right heel towards the left inner thigh. Inhale, straighten the right leg, press through the right heel. And then exhale, internally rotate and lower the right leg. 3 more times like that. Inhale, lift, externally rotate, keep the right hip wrapped forward. Exhale, bend the right knee, tap the right heel towards the thigh. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, rotate in. 2 more times on your own. And again, remember, if your right hip wants to hike back, keep wrapping the right hip forward as you rotate the femur in the hip socket, the right thigh bone, that is. Last time. Great. And when you're finished, you'll bend your knees, press into your right hand, and make your way into Navasana, boat pose. Again, this time maybe straighten your legs, extend your arms forward, hug the navel in. 3 more rounds of breath. Squeeze the inner thighs, lengthen the spine. 1 more inhale. Exhale, you're going to cross your shins, plant your hands, and come into a tabletop position. All right, so we're going to do a little wrist strengthening. So have your shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Make sure your middle finger's facing towards the front of your space. Then on the inhale, you're going to lift the heels of your hands up. Keep the finger pads grounded, the thumbs may lift, that's okay, but keep your shoulders engaged, arms straight, and then exhale, slowly lower down. So shoulders are in a slight protraction, so press the floor away from you. Inhale, lift the heels of the hands up, arms stay straight, finger pads ground. Exhale, lower. 4 more times like that. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. So as you're lifting, imagine that your wrists are bearing the weight of your upper body. You should also feel this in the forearms. Crown of the head forward, keep the navel hugged in. Last time for me. And then on the inhale, you're going to lift up 1 more time. And then exhale, slowly lower to hover. Take 1 more inhale. And exhale, release down. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze up, cow. Exhale, sit your hips back, child's pose, rest your forehead down. Take 3 rounds of breath. Release any tension in the wrists, but try not to circle or shake them out like I just did. And stay in that sensation. All right, come back to tabletop, slightly different. You're gonna spin your hands so they're at a 45-degree angle, so the middle finger's facing the top edge of the mat. Great, thumbs facing up towards the front, and then again, shoulders over wrists, same motion. Inhale, lift the heels of the hands, finger pads stay grounded, thumbs may lift. Exhale, lower. Press down, shoulders, protract, inhale, lift the arms or the heels of the hands up. And exhale, lower. 4 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Lift, inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. And the next inhale, you're going to lift the heels of the hands up. Exhale, lower to hover. Inhale, lift, stay lifted. And then exhale, lower. Hands come to face the front. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze up. Exhale, sit your hips back, child's pose. And 3 rounds of breath, release tension in your wrists. Imagine they're releasing rather than shaking them out so that you stay in that sensation. All right, come back to tabletop. Last thing, you're going to spin your wrists all the way around. If you cannot do that, then you're going to have your arms or wrists at a 90-degree angle so that the fingertips are facing out towards the sides of your space. But otherwise, spin your wrists all the way around so the wrist facing the front of the space. Middle finger faces towards the knee. You may need to bring your knees slightly closer to the hands. That's okay. Stay protracted in the shoulders. Same motion. Inhale, lift the heels of the hands. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift heels of the hands, wrist bearing the weight lower of your upper body. 4 more times. Really feeling it now. In the forearms and the wrists. Oof. Last time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower to hover. Inhale, in the hovering position. And exhale, lower. Flip the wrists completely. Slowly take your time. Bask in that sensation. Inhale, cow, drop your belly, gaze up. Exhale, child's pose, sit your hips back. Last time, release tension in the wrists. All right. Come back to tabletop. Now you're going to take your blocks. Again, you don't need to do this, but I'm going to have them underneath my hands on the lowest height where your hands would be for downward facing dog. Great. So inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and stay here for 5 rounds of breath. Lift the hips, wrap your armpits in, and then with the height of the blocks, the heels may even be able to touch the floor, but make sure you keep those hips lifted and energize the back legs. Press the back of the knees towards the back of your space. Hug the navel in. Last exhale. Inhale, roll to plank pose. Head comes up last. Exhale, drop your heels to the right. Lift your hips up for a side body downward facing dog. Stay here. Wrap the left armpit down, but keep lifting the hips. You should feel a stretch in the left side waist. Breathe there. All right, keep your feet staggered. Inhale, side plank. Straighten the legs, reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Press into the edges of your feet, squeeze the inner thighs, ground down into the right palm, lift your right waist up into your left. Inhale, extend your left arm over your ear. Exhale, plant your left palm down, plank pose. Inhale, hold plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll to plank. Head comes up last. Exhale, heels to the left. Bend your knees. Lift your hips up. Stay. Lift those hips up as you wrap your right armpit down. You should feel a nice stretch in the outer right waist. Okay, keep your feet staggered. Inhale, straighten the legs. Shoulders over left wrist. Reach your right arm up half. Sorry, side plank. Press into the edges of the feet. Squeeze the inner thighs. Lift the left waist up into the right. Inhale, right arm over ear. Exhale, plant your right palm down, plank. Inhale, hold plank, hug your navel in. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to move through that and add on. So inhale, roll to plank, head comes up last. Exhale, heels to the right, bend your knees, lift your hips up. Inhale, side plank, straighten the legs, reach your left arm up. Exhale, left arm over ear. Plant your hands, inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up. This time, inhale, lift your right leg up, high. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot to your right thumb tip. Inhale, press into your fingertips, shine your chest forward, and then exhale, forward fold, straighten the right leg. Pyramid pose. 3 more times like that. Inhale, low lunge, chest forward. Exhale, press into the right big toe mound. Pyramid pose, straighten the right leg. 2 more times. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, pyramid pose. Stay here. Maybe flex the right foot. Wrap the right hip back. Press into the right heel or the big toe mound. And you should feel a nice stretch in the back of the right leg. Now inhale, bend the right knee. Low lunge. Plant the left palm. Exhale, low lunge twist. Reach your right arm up. Great. Now notice if your left hip wants to lower. See if you can lift the left hip up to meet the right and then twist yourself open from the navel. Lift the back thigh bone up. Stay energized in the back leg. Okay, keep that energy on the inhale. High lunge twist. You're going to start to reach your right arm back. Lift your torso up. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Twist from the navel. Inhale, reach your arms up, high lunge. Exhale, plant your palms back down onto the blocks. Inhale, step your right foot back, plank pose. Keep the knees lifted or drop them down and back. Exhale, mini chaturanga, bend the elbows back, chest forward. Inhale, press back up. 2 more times like that. Exhale, lower. We're doing chaturanga push-ups. Inhale, press up, and exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog with knees down, shine your chest forward, roll the shoulder heads back, tuck your toes, exhale, downward facing dog, lift the hips up. Inhale, roll to plank. Exhale, knees to the left, bend your knees, lift your hips up. Inhale, side plank, straighten the legs, reach your right arm up. Exhale, over right arm overhead. Inhale, plank pose, lower your right palm to the block. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge, left foot to left thumb tip. Inhale, shine your chest forward. Maybe press into your fingertips, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, pyramid pose, straighten the front leg, fold forward. 3 more times. Inhale, bend, low lunge, chest forward. Exhale, press into the big toe mound, straighten the leg, fold, pyramid. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, pyramid pose. Stay here wide. Back heel's lifted. Maybe flex the left foot and breathe into the back line of the left leg. So you can parallel the hips. All right, inhale, bend the left knee, low lunge. Plant your right palm. Exhale, low lunge, twist. Lift that right hip up to meet the left. Energize the back leg and then twist open from the navel. Inhale, extend your left arm over ear. Actually, stay good back. Inhale, you're gonna lift yourself up to a high lunge. Keep the energy in the legs. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper from the navel. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, plant your palms down. Onto the blocks. Inhale, step the left foot back, plank. Again, knees stay lifted or drop them down back. Exhale, mini chaturanga. Inhale, press back up. 2 more times. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Drop your knees. Inhale, up dog with knees on the blanket. Roll the shoulder heads back. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up. Inhale, gaze forward, bend your knees, hop or step to the top. Find a half lift. Exhale, fold. Remove the blanket off to the side if you have it there still. And then you can keep your hands, or the blocks where they are for Sunday practice. I'm going to do that today, but otherwise you can remove them. Feet about hip width or feet together. Slowly roll up for Sun A, head comes up last. Okay, we'll move through one Sun A together. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach your arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Ardha Uttanasana, exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank. Inhale, inch forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, halfway, plank. Inhale, up dog this time. Come to the tops of your feet, roll your shoulder heads back. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up, 2 rounds of breath. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale, gaze forward. Bend your knees, hop or step to the top, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, Tadasana, arms to the side. 2 more times on your own. And take child's pose if you'd like. Skip it all together. Make sure to hold down dog for 2 rounds today. 2 rounds of breath. Be ending your final round, about 5 more rounds of breath. When you're finished, we'll meet in Tadasana. If you're in Child's Pose, make your way there. And then quickly, once you're there, set your blocks again. Keep them where they are at the top of the mat, but have them on the medium height. And I'm going to face you for this, but keep your direction towards the front of your space at the top of the mat. Great. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, you're going to ground onto the left foot. Bring your right knee up towards your chest. And then start to externally rotate the right thighs. You open up the hip. Keep wrapping the right hip forward and then press your right heel towards the left inner thigh. Plant your foot for tree pose. If you notice that your foot plants at your knee, take your right hand to your ankle and set it up. So just be wary of that knee. And we'll stay in tree pose for about 5 rounds of breath. Inhale, extend your arms out to the sides. Flex your fingertips towards your face like you're pressing into the wall or into the floor. Breathe here. Press your left inner thigh to your right foot as you press the right sole of the foot to the inner thigh. Keep your hips level. All right, on the inhale, you're going to slowly lower out of this into chair pose. Lower the right foot down. Reach your arms up. And then exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands to the blocks. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your right foot all the way back, low lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Reach your arms up. Exhale, high lunge twist. Tee out the arms and spin to the left. Stay here for 1 round of breath. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Energize the back leg. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, open up to warrior 2. Bend into the front knee. Inhale, you're going to straighten the front leg. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Reach forward and down. I'm going to take the left block and bring it on the high side. You can keep it on the medium height and bring my left palm underneath the block, or on top of the block. Reach your right arm up. We're going to stay here. See if you can wrap the left thigh down and underneath the right, left hip rather, and then engage the left waist, lift the left waist up into the right so that you're lengthening off of the front thigh and extend your right arm up towards the ceiling. You can lengthen the tailbone towards the heel. Inhale, extend your right arm over your ear. Exhale, plant your hands on the blocks. Take that left block, bring it to the medium height at the top. You're going to roll onto the right outer or right pinky toe edge. Exhale, side plank. Stack the left foot over the right. Plant down into the right palm and extend your left arm up towards the ceiling. Lift that right waist up. Inhale. Exhale, lower your left hand down and underneath your right. Keep your hips level. 2 more times. Inhale, extend the left arm up. Exhale, lower and wrap the left hand underneath the right waist. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower the left palm down, plank. Inhale, hold plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, low lunge. Exhale, step your left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit your hips up. Exhale, Tadasana, straighten legs, arms to the sides. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the left knee up. Rotate the left hip open as you wrap the left hip forward. Externally rotate the left thigh. And then press the left heel towards the right inner thigh. Plant your foot, tree pose. And if your foot's at your knee, just lift it up slightly. Hands back at heart center. And then extend the arms out. Flex the fingertips towards your face. Press into your palms. 5 rounds of breath. And press the right inner thigh into the left sole of the foot as you press the foot back into the thigh to stabilize the hips and the standing leg. And in the next inhale, chair pose, plant the left foot, bend both knees, arms up, feet hip width. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lengthen the left leg back, low lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, open up, high lunge, twist, tee out the arms, twist to the right. Stay, inhale, lengthen the back thigh bone up, twist from the navel, and twist a little bit deeper on the exhale. Inhale, arms up, high lunge. Exhale, open up to a warrior two. We're just passing through. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Reach forward, forward, forward. Then down, take the right block onto the highest height. Plant the right palm on top of the block. Extend the left arm up towards the ceiling. And see if you can wrap the right hip down and underneath the left. Maintain that external rotation in the front leg. And then lift the right waist up into the left. Lengthen through the side waist. And stay lifted off of the front thigh. Inhale, extend your left arm over your ear. Exhale, plant your hands onto the block. Set the right block onto the medium height where you took it from. Spin onto the pinky edge of the left foot. Inhale, side plank, stack the right foot over the left, reach your right arm up. Lift the left waist up. Inhale. Exhale, you're going to scoop the right hand down and underneath the left waist, but keep your hips facing towards the right side. Inhale, extend your arms up. And exhale, scoop the right arm under. Inhale one more time. And exhale, scoop. Inhale. Exhale, plank pose. Plant your right palm onto the block. Inhale, hold plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg steps forward, low lunge. Exhale, step your right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, feet hip width. And exhale, straighten the legs, arms to the sides. Take about 3 rounds of breath. And I'm going to lower my blocks to the lowest height and keep them where they are, just lower them. And then we're going to flow through each side, take out the tree pose, and add on at the end. All right, so inhale, sit back chair, feet hip width. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your right foot back, low lunge. Inhale, high lunge, rise up. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, triangle, reach forward and down. Inhale, extend your right arm over your ear. Exhale, plant your palms, ground into the right palm, and then you're going to grab for the left ankle with your left hand, spin onto the pinky edge of the left foot and come into tree pose inside plank. Bring the left sole of the foot to the inner right thigh. Extend your left arm up towards the ceiling. We're going to stay here. Again, press the right thigh up into the foot. Lift your right waist up. Inhale. Exhale. Stay in tree legs. Plant your left palm down. Plank pose. Inhale. Hold plank. Exhale. Chaturanga with tree legs. Inhale, lengthen the left leg back, up dog. Roll the shoulder heads back. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up. All right, inhale, step your right foot forward, low lunge. Exhale, step the left foot forward, forward fold, feet hip width. Inhale, chair. And exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left foot steps all the way back, low lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, triangle, reach forward and down. Inhale, extend the left arm over the ear. Exhale, plant your palms down, ground into the left palm. Bring your right hand to the right ankle. Inhale, tree leg side plank. Lift the right foot up. Right sole of the foot to the inner left thigh. Then extend your right arm up towards the ceiling. Again, level the hips. Lift the left waist up. Press the left thigh into your right foot. Stay in tree legs. Inhale. Exhale, plant your right palm down, plank. Inhale, stay in plank. Exhale, chaturanga with tree legs. Inhale, lengthen the right leg back, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up. All right, inhale, lift your heels, drop your knees, come into a child's pose, sit your hips back. Have your knees wide so that you have space for your belly to rise and fall in between your thighs, and then just lower your forehead down. All right, slowly walk your hands back, come to sit on your heels. Set your blocks off to the side. All right, and then you're gonna scoot your hips to either side, bring your legs out in front of you, and we're gonna come into a seated twist. So bring your left heel towards your glute, bend your knee, and then bring the right foot outside the left knee. Press down into your right fingertips, reach your left arm up, and exhale. You're gonna twist over to the left. Hook your left arm outside your right thigh. Try to keep both hips grounded and keep the length in your spine as you twist open on the exhale. You should feel some lengthening in the outer right hip. Take one more round of breath. And then come back to center. Counter stretch, plant your palms to the left side of your space. Dome your spine slightly and just bow down. And then we're going to switch sides. Bend your right knee. Bring the heel towards your left glute. Left foot outside the right knee. Then plant your left palms behind you. Inhale. Exhale. You're going to twist to the left. Hook your right elbow outside the left thigh. Try to keep both sits bones grounded. And for every inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist a little bit deeper. One more round of breath. come back to center. Okay. I want to give you time for a little inversion practice of your choice. Feel free to skip this section if you'd like. You can fast forward about 2 minutes. And I'm going to offer you can do handstand, headstand, forearm stand. If you're coming up and you feel stable, maybe try to find that hip rotation into tree pose like we were doing standing. Maybe you can do it upside down. So about 2 rounds of breath if you're working on any inversion. I'll come into a headstand and then kind of maneuver my way into that tree pose just to show you where I'm going. So if you want to come into that tree variation, I'm going to bend my right knee in towards my chest first, flex the left foot, and then find that rotation of the right femur bone in the right hip socket. Keep wrapping the right hip forward, and then press the right heel to the inner left thigh, and then stay there. And then maybe try it on the other side. Feel free to come into child's pose whenever you'd like. You can also take legs up the wall. Be about a minute. Okay. If you're up, slowly make your way down. And if you come down and you need to rest in a child's pose, you can do so. Maybe stay there for 3 rounds of breath. I'm going to keep going. You're going to come to sit down on your hips. Bring your legs out in front of you. Take one of your blocks and then flex your toes towards your face. You may want to sit up towards the front of your space because we're going to lower down. Reach the block forward. Press your palms into the block so there's an activation in the pecs. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale, hug your navel in. And then exhale, we're going to slowly lower down to our back. Scoop the navel in. When you run out of breath, hold. Inhale, lengthen the chest up. Extend the block forward. And exhale, we'll slowly lower down. All right, once you're down, set the block on top of your hips. And then you're going to make an X shape with your body. So Y out your arms and your legs. All right, and then you're going to take the right ankle, bring it over the left. Take your right hand and make a fist with your left towards the left side of your space. So you're in this half moon, this rainbow banana shape on your back. And then inhale, lengthen your heels forward and press the fists back. The block is there as a reminder to make sure that your hips are staying parallel to the floor. So your right hip may want to lift, see if you can lower the right hip down to meet the left and extend through the right waist. One more round of breath. All right, and then come back to that X. This time you're going to lift the left ankle, set it on top of the right. So you're crossing the legs. Bring the left hand to the right, make a fist. Inhale, press the fist back and the heels forward. Lower the left hip down to meet the right. Use that block as a little reminder. Breathe into the left waist. And then make that X shape. You're going to bend your knees, plant your feet, bring the block underneath your hips, so press into your heels. I'm going to have it on the medium height, but you can also take it on the lowest height. Bring it underneath your sacrum. And then start to lengthen your legs out towards the front. Flex your feet, and then cactus shape your arms overhead. Now stay active in this little back bend. You should feel a nice stretch in the front of the hips and the abdomen. Press the heels forward so toes come towards the knees, and then press the backs of the thighs down and towards the floor. You take about 3 or how about 5 more rounds of breath. Close your eyes. Just bask in the sensation of the hips and opening of the hip flexors. And start to bend your knees, plant your feet, press into the heels, lift off the block, set the block off to the side, slowly lower your hips down. Constructive rest, feet to the edges of the mat, toes in, heels out, knock the knees, and then bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart, and just breathe here. You should feel a little lengthening in the low back. And then gently bring your knees in towards your chest. Hug your knees in, wrap your forearm around your shins, lift your head up, bring your forehead to your knees. Inhale, hug every muscle in your body in, become a tight ball. And then on the exhale, slowly burst and release into Shavasana. Lengthen the legs out, lengthen your arms out, create space, remove any props that may be in the way, make yourself comfortable. Just simply breathe. I'm going to leave you here in Shavasana, and please feel free to stay as long as you'd like. And thank you so much for practicing with me. These classes are free. Suggested donation $5 to $15 in my Venmo. So anything or nothing is totally okay. I'm just happy to offer this to you all. And thank you so much. Namaste.